Hi, it's Emmanuel Ezekiel with another episode of Raise Your Financial IQ, and today I'm going to be talking about landlords and how they can protect their investment and how they deal with their tenants. So the government have put in place, because of COVID-19, the ability for tenants to take a rental payment holiday for 3 months. I'll cover that in a moment. In addition, the government have put in place that as a landlord you can take a mortgage payment holiday for 3 months as well. So let me explain what the 3-month payment holiday means in regards to you as a landlord. Hypothetically, if your mortgage payments are £1,000 a month and you have a mortgage of £100,000, if you take the payment holiday for 3 months, that 3-month holiday of £1,000 a month will be added or tagged onto your existing mortgage of £100,000, so your balance will then be £103,000. At the end of the 3 months, you will then start paying interest on a mortgage balance of £103,000, not £100,000. So it's going to be in your interest, when things get back to normal, to increase your monthly payments to reduce the balance back down so you can get down to the £100,000 as quickly as possible. Now that might take you 6, 12, 18, 24 months to do so. So that's the first thing you can do to ease your cash flow issues. Now in regards to your tenant, obviously some of them are going to be experiencing financial hardship, whether they're employed or whether they're self-employed. And that's why the government have put in place a 3-month rental holiday. Now again, for the tenant, that doesn't mean they don't pay the rent. It means that the rent is tagged on to the remainder of their AST contract, their short hold tenancy contract. So hypothetically, if they had a 12-month rental contract with 9 months left on the rental, if they take a 3-month payment holiday, and again, I'm going to make this example very simple and very easy to understand. If their rental was £1,000 a month, and they take a payment holiday, a rental payment holiday for 3 months, effectively that £3,000 gets tagged on to the remaining 6 months of their rental agreement. What that means in reality, after the 3 months, their rental income would then have to increase. And how that's worked out, if they have 6 months left on their rental contract, you divide the £3,000 by the 6 months, which is another £500 a month, and their rental income will increase from £1,000 to £1,500. So over the remaining 6 months, they make up the shortfall of the payment holiday. However, it's unlikely that a lot of your tenants will have sufficient income in 3 months' time to make up the shortfall. So in reality, you're going to have to extend the tenancy agreement and alter it going forward, and that might be for another 6, 9, 12 months, so you can recoup the shortfall. Now, in terms of informing your tenant about their obligations, as a landlord, you have a responsibility to do so. So first and foremost, the payment holiday means, as a landlord, you cannot start any eviction process during that period. The government put in place that nobody will be evicted from their home, or no court proceedings can commence for the foreseeable future, for at least the 3 months, and that might be extended. So it's important that you communicate and you liaise directly with your tenant. Some tenants won't be out of work. Some tenants will still be in work. They might be one of the key workers that are still earning. Other tenants might be on a reduced amount of hours, and some might have lost their job completely. So the first thing I would do is maybe refer them to one of my previous videos that talked about the government support, that even though they've been made redundant or let go, they can go back to the employer and they can backdate to the 1st of March to become a furlonged worker. A furlonged worker means that the government will pay 80%, up to 80% of their salary, up to a maximum of £2,500 a month. So for small businesses that will need to get their employees back after this period, this is a fantastic way of keeping them on the books without any financial constraint or issues for the employer. So the first thing they should do is communicate with the employer and see if they can get put as a furlonged worker. The other thing as a landlord, what you could do, which I urge you to do, is call each one of your tenants, find out what their monthly income and expenditure is, and see if there's a way that you can help them and guide them and support them to do so. There's many things that we have as our normal monthly expenditure that you can help them with. Things like gas, things like electricity, things like water. There's lots of things that you can do. Again, if there's any questions or any help that you need in this area, if you put some comments below, I'll do my very best to give you really good tips of how you do that. In addition to that, there are additional companies at the moment, people like Sainsbury's and supermarkets, that are looking for key workers to help them restack and restock the shelves on a 24-hour basis. They're paying around about £10 an hour to help people stay shopping and keep the food supply chain going. So there are quite a few things you could do. In addition to that, I've created a form to send to each one of your tenants, and if you'd like a copy of it, just in fact, I'll put a link at the bottom to the form that you can send to your tenants to help them understand the process of what this payment holiday is and what the implications are. They themselves also have to prove, they have an obligation to prove they are in financial hardship. They've either lost their job, their hours have been reduced, or they're having financial difficulty. It's not a freebie for the tenants. It's for them, for the tenants who really are suffering, to help them manage their finances during this period of time, keep a roof over their head and keep their families safe and secure during this very, very difficult period. As I said in my previous videos and today, it's all about us working together with each other to find a solution of how we manage this period over the next 1 to 3 months, maybe even longer, so at the end of it we can all come out of this much, much stronger. This is a time for landlord and for tenant to communicate openly and honestly with each other. So when this is over, you will have a much better relationship. You'll have a tenant that really likes and respects you, and at the same time you'll have a tenant that you like and respect simultaneously. As a responsible landlord, you have an obligation to inform your tenant of their rights, what's available to them, and how you can help and support them. And I'm sure if you do that, they will work with you and want to work with you to help you again through your very difficult time. You may have more than one mortgage that you're actually supporting as a landlord. I'd just like to finish off today. Please stay safe, look after your family, look after your loved ones, and I hope to see you soon.